That was one of the finest examples of spiritual guidance I've ever had the good fortune to witness.
Troy Duffy's 1999 film The Boondock Saints went from a troubled production that was only released in a handful of theaters to a cult phenomenon that sold over $100 million on home video, developing a fan base that borders on the fanatical. Red Carpet Crash hosted the Southwest premiere of the film's long-awaited sequel, The Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day, then had a chance to sit down with Duffy and actor Norman Reedus to talk about the film, its fan base, and the Dallas reaction to the premiere. You've done premiere events for Boondock 2 in Chicago, LA, New York, now Dallas. What is the post-premiere hangover cure for you guys?
Coffee. But there really isn't. I mean, I got a good 24-hour recovery period these days on my drinking. It's getting a little out of hand. I gotta slow down. But we've been road warriors for this film, so you know, I don't know what it is about the Boondock fan base. They feel the need to ply us with booze directly after every screening, and they did it last night. I remember we were signing posters and Irish car bombs and shots coming in. And you feel like a douche if you don't do it, so I was like, feeling okay today, but not 100%.
The reaction to the film was gangbusters. Everybody, I mean, people were standing, cheering. Obviously, the beats that you were looking to hit, both through acting and through writing, were being met well there. Have you had a similar reaction with other premiere events?
Yes, yes. There's always a good reaction when you get a room full of Boondock fans that have been waiting for this for 10 years. And it's weird, too, because I think they go in with pretty high expectations, you know? This is a movie that they have seen over and over and over again. They know every frame of it. So we knew from the beginning, doing a sequel, I mean, just because you walk in the room with longer legs and blonder hair doesn't mean Boondock fans are going to suddenly go, oh, I'm with you now, you know? They're a very discerning group, and so we knew we had
turned away in New York. Sorry,
yeah, 1,500 turned away, but actually dispersed by the NYPD. But we knew that we had to give them a quality new experience here that had everything they love about Boondock 1. And watching this last night in Dallas with those fans, that's a pretty damn special thing to see a reaction like that, because I totally wasn't expecting it to go that far. You know, these guys were screaming and yelling and laughing and standing up, and it was, you know, I think Texas is a little bit more into having fun than most places in the country.
Yeah. Norman, a lot of actors kind of feel trapped when they come back to a character after a certain period of time, or if it's a sequel or a remake or whatever. Do you have that reaction when you're getting ready to put the peacoat back on? Because you've got a great body of work outside of Boondock, but when you become identified with a character, is that a drawback or is that an enhancement to come to a project like this?
I didn't feel any sort of hesitation to jump back into it whatsoever. And Troy's the type of director that you feel very comfortable working with, and you know, you trust his decisions. You know you're in good hands. All the actors on this one respect each other, like each other's company. It felt nice jumping, but it felt like, you know, coming back home, you know?
Besides, every time you hear that stuff, like, you know, like an actor commiserating about how, oh, I have to return to this character. What a bunch of actors bullshit. You're lucky you had a character like that, you son of a bitch.
The name Shatner comes to mind. Great, I mean, always a great cast with Boondock, the first film and the second one as well. First off, kudos for bringing back the trio of Stygian cops in the department, Greenlee especially. But I want to talk about Clifton Collins for a second, because people are just now getting to know him on a national stage, first with Extract and then with his turn. I want to know the pitch process when you were talking about casting.
There was no pitch. Cliff's been a buddy of ours for over a decade. I wrote the role for him. He wanted to do it from day one. You know, we tried to get him in on the first Boondock. Luckily, I mean, as you know, history would have it, we couldn't use him. Therefore, he was preserved for this. This was something we were dying to do together, all four of us. You know, and he's never really had a comedic performance. Clifton has been in, you know, he was Frankie Flowers in Traffic. He just recently did Star Trek, Sunshine Cleaning, all these, you know, he's a dramatic guy, always has been. but he has a comedic performance here in a lot of ways, and that's what was interesting to us about it. You know, I know him; he's such a funny dude all the time. I was like, man, why have you never done that? You know, on screen. So it goes against what he's done. You know, and that's what I liked about it.
When you were putting the script together, and obviously you leave bits for people like Clifton, was there somebody that you wanted to include in the movie that you just couldn't make the schedule work, and you were going to maybe set that aside for Boondock 3 if it ever comes to pass?
No, not this time around. There was a couple of pieces of cast, you know, we were looking around for certain roles. You know, it wasn't finding these actors is always a process. You know, you got one guy in your head, but then it never happens that way. You have to search and search and search, and then suddenly it'll hit you. That's the one. Like when I first cast Sean and Norm, I put them together, and they didn't really know that their real audition was coming down to the bar and hanging with me and my little entourage. And then my brother pulls me outside. He's like, those are the brothers. And I was like, high five, couldn't agree more. Something about them together, you know. There's a different, you know, we wanted to go basically against type everywhere we could. Clifton, dramatic guy, he's doing a comedic performance. Billy Connolly, comedian. Nothing funny about Il Duce. Julie Benz often plays the victim. Nothing victim-y about what she does in Boondock, you know. So we try to just go against everything that we know, you know, big risk on the sequel.
To wrap up, is there anything you'd like to say to the Dallas Boondock fans who not only came out last night to the premiere event, but are going to head to the theaters this weekend and bump up the gross?
To those Dallasites that were there last night, you have done something truly special and given me a night that I will never forget, guys, so thank you. To those from Dallas who have not seen Boondock 2, but wish to, go see the film, because watching Boondock 2 is like taking a Playboy playmate to your senior prom and then banging her and her twin sister afterwards. I'm Troy Duffy. Thanks for coming out.
Norman, you got anything to add to that?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, you know, the enthusiasm and the love that we're getting from Texas has been fantastic so far. And it's such a cool place, and everybody's super cool here. We're having a
People
good time.
aren't like, you know, like pretentious around here. They're
Yeah.
like, what's up?
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah, they're great. Really open.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
It was a blast having you guys in last night. Thank you so much for coming out, man. Really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us, yeah.
Don't mess with Texas.